Well, it's a beautiful day in Prince George. It's a balmy -10 Celsius. I believe that's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. My name is Peterbilt Mike. That's right, the #1 Peterbilt ambassador for all of YouTube, and also the #1 Cabover ambassador for all of YouTube, at least self-proclaimed. So anyways, guys, it's a beautiful day. Welcome to the channel. And look what I picked up for Kenny. Ho ho! That's right! I was looking at Kenny thinking he could use something because those fenders I made, they're a little bit hokey, and I was like, well, you know, it'd be kind of handy if I could throw something on them. I was surfing Facebook Marketplace and I found Kenny a little deck. I know you'd think somebody so tall would have a bigger deck, but you know what? Kenny will do just fine with this little deck. And you know, it's only 8 feet long. It was made for dually pickup. Now, this is strictly temporary until I get the rear clip, but in all honesty, I'm not doing the rear clip this winter. So if I find it, I'll go get it. But this is so, I have somewhere to hang his chains. Because right now, I have Kenny's chains in 5-gallon pails where the passenger seat goes. And that's not right, because it's hard. It's hard to lift him up that high. I'm not gonna lie. I know you think, Mike, you're so buff. It should be easy for you. But, you know, I'm not as buff as you guys think I am. I know, shocking. So, I'm gonna put the deck on. I can put the chains for Kenny on the back because it is mandatory to have chains this time of year. I think it's like October 1st to April 1st or something like that. Anyways, gotta have chains. So get them out of the cab, and yeah, if I get some scrap pallet wood, I can haul it home. And it's just a light deck. It was made for a pickup. And so yeah, it's kind of like having full fenders that are useful. So we're just airing up Kenny right now so we can pull him out, so I can pull the tractor out, so I can pull it off. But look at this sky. Wow. It is just popping. They were calling for maybe a little bit of snow, but I really hope they're wrong because I really don't, you know, I don't really want it to snow because then I have to snow blow the driveway. And although the driveway right now, take a look at this. The driveway right now, everywhere we packed it down, it's like a sheet of ice. And being that it's cool this morning, it's a little bit sticky, but the day before yesterday, I actually took the day off to cut up some more pallets. So all my pallet wood that I had over there, it's all cut up. And it was slippery. It was warmer and warmer on ice. It's just like, woo, but when it's cold, the ice is actually a little bit sticky. So anyways, enough about that. Let's go get Kenny. Oh my gosh, it's so loud in here. Look at this, look at Kenny. There we go, that's better. Woo. I need a compressor that's not so noisy. Oh, look what I did. I ripped the carpet out. I didn't record it because I came in one night and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna rip the carpet out of Kenny. I also fixed the lights. I need some switches though. So those marker lights work now. At least they worked the other night. And I got some batteries. I got some more Canada-approved batteries, although they're not saying where they're made. Anyways, so I got some more batteries for Stubby because, you know, being that Kenny's licensed, we're gonna move Mr. Stubbs out of here. This is a bay. I got a door. I got a door. What am I doing here? I'm collecting junk. That's the other thing I have to be careful of, that my junk collecting doesn't get out of hand. And I also started on doing this. So the old flip latch is huck bolted in. So I ground off the huck bolts, and I don't know if you can see that. Try and shade it. There you go. Now you can see it. Yeah, so I took the huck bolts off. So now I got to find some little bolts. I don't know if 1/4 inch. I think 1/4 inch might work. If 1/4 inch works, I'm gonna bolt on that other flipper plate I have. I was trying to straighten it, and pulled the carpet out of the passenger side. So Kenny's passenger floor. Well, who am I kidding? It looks like a dog's breakfast right now. But I gotta vacuum it out, clean it up, and those are my tire chains. And you know, it's kind of a bugger to pull tire chains out that high in the air. So that's why we need that little deck for Kenny, because you know what? Doesn't matter how big your deck is, it's what you do with it that counts. So yeah, Kenny's a daily. Well, maybe we'll call him a work in progress. I don't know if we'll drive him every day, but we're definitely going to drive him more often than not. So, and the other thing I did, I can't remember if I told you guys, I blocked off this fuel tank because it's just got a crossover line underneath. So I blocked off the crossover line to this one. So I'm gonna pump the skanky fuel out of stubby into here for weight. I don't know if I'm gonna filter it. I got some hoses and I'm gonna filter the fuel, put it into here, and I'm gonna burn it, but I'm gonna burn it slowly, mix it with some good fuel, because fuel's expensive. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but dang. And this bad boy, he likes it. And I mean, you know what? If that's what it takes to make black smoke, then that's what we're gonna do, because it's cool. So yeah, I'm gonna fill that with fuel for weight. I gotta fuel them up out of the tidy tank. I've got some fuel in the tidy tank of the Super Duty. So I'm gonna have to turn Kenny around and bring the hose and fill them up. And I gotta get my tractor out so I can pull the deck off. But you know what? These fenders, they served a purpose, but in all honesty, they don't serve much of a purpose. I mean, yeah, it was to keep the stuff off the sleeper so it doesn't beat it to death, but in retrospect, I don't like it. So I found that little deck and we're just gonna stick it on here. You know, it's not a super strong deck, because I mean, it's certainly not as strong as the deck on stubby. Like that thing I mean, it's pretty dang, it's skookum. Let's just say it's skookum. It's a little rusty, but it's skookum. But it's gonna do for now, fenders. So anyways, enough talking, start working. Let's pull them out of here. Release the hounds, as they say. Or, you know, release the K100. Well, I gotta say, Kenny does smoke a little bit up on startup. Smoke a little bit upon startup. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. But he runs pretty good. I think he sounds okay. Did leave an oil spot on the floor though, so I gotta figure out where that came from. I don't know. It's gonna make my shop all smoky. Look at that. Ugh. Smoky shop. But yeah, so if there's this. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it's gear oil. Yeah, something's leaking. I'll have to check that out. Well, it's been maybe 5 minutes and Kenny's cleared up. He's not smoking now. And he's running a little smoother. That's like clean air technology, really. You know, clean air technology from 1988. I can still taste the smoke. Yep, tastes like diesel number 1. Maybe number 2. Let's get this sucker off here. Oh yeah, how hard can it be? Oh, that's a little better. I just stuffed Kenny back inside, turned him around so that I can throw some fuel in him. I'm gonna leave the deck right here right now. I threw a tape measure on it, and it's actually, there's a dent there. It's not a big deal. I gotta cut this off because the tires are gonna be like right there. So I'm gonna nip that off there, nip this off here. I think I'll put it on the truck first, just to make sure, because I'm gonna use that for a step. I'll weld a little step on there because there's a handle, and cut this off. That's a spare tire holder. That's in the way, so I'll get the torch out, cut that off, cut those mud flap hangers off. There's some lights under there. Cut those off, and yeah, I think that should work just fine. It'll look a lot nicer than those other fenders. So, and it's, you know what? It's like having a fender that's utilitarian. So, because until I get Kenny stretched out, this way I can use them. You know, if I drive him to town and I just want to pick up a few things, throw them on the deck. So, anyways, but in the meantime, I got to run the trailer back to work because Mel was gracious enough to let me borrow it. You know, since Low and Slow's out of commission right now, because I got to get that windshield back in. Gosh, now that Kenny's running, I can do that. But I got to do that. And I want to shuffle things around so that Kenny can be by the other bay door. So, because you seen how he smokes? Yeah, I want to get it so the door's open, fire him up, and out the door. Because I don't want my cars and motorhome to stink like Kenny smoke. Although black smoke is kind of cool. But anyways, I'm gonna run Piper to work, take the trailer back, and I'll be back. Do the snap thing. I'll be back, and then I forget. I don't know. And it's supposed to snow. Yeah, I know. Look at my driveway. Isn't this nice? Actually, in all seriousness though, like I was saying, there's a little bit of traction, a little bit of stickiness. That and my Croc shoes. I know, you know, you get to a certain age and slip-on Croc shoes are kind of the bomb. So, but they're sticky in the sun though, or when it warms up a bit. Yeah, it's icy. But this will make a good hard pack layer for the snowblower. Anyways, I better get going. I'm gonna be in trouble. And just like that, it's tomorrow. I know. I'm telling you, having a family and like 2 teenagers that are working is a lot of work. And so I took the trailer back to work and I picked up some more pallet wood. Check this out. It's a little ugly, but you know what? It burns. So I got more pallet wood and it's kind of awesome. I mean, you know, it's a lot of work, but well, and I mean, how much is a lot of work? But yeah, it's kind of awesome because it's like free heat. Just go pick it up. You know what? It's garbage anyways. Got to deal with it. So, and there's my deck, all snowy. Actually, technically, it's not my deck. It's K2's. It's not even K2's deck. What are you talking about, Mike? It's Kenny's deck. It's Kenny's. Call it Kenny's fender coverings. Since the ones that I made are, they're a little hokey. Yep, you know, they work. They work, but they're hokey. So I not only am I running late today and getting out to the shop, well, and I didn't get out here, you know, last night after, you know, running kids back and forth to work and dropping the trailer off and picking them up from work. They got to go to work today again. But that's good, because if they're working, you know what? They're learning what responsibility is all about. Yes, that's right. And the reason why I have a drill in my hand, it's because I did some honeydew chores. Yep, put up new pet gates, because, you know, cats got to be separated from the dogs for now, or actually it should probably say the dogs need to be separated from the cat. Sully's actually afraid of them. 120-pound dog is afraid of a, I don't know, 5-pound cat? I don't know. He's a candy ass. But anyways, so here he is, and it's tight. Let me tell you, boys, it is tight in here. So I gotta tidy this up because my shop is a mess and I ain't liking it. And ain't isn't really a word, but maybe I should rephrase that. I'm not liking it. I am not appreciating the mess I have made. But the reason why I nosed in like this is because I'm going to put fuel in Kenny. And before I park the Super Duty, I filled my tiny tank with fuel because I thought, you know what, price of fuel's probably gonna go up. And you know what, it did. So I also got some Howes. There's the batteries for Mr. Stubbs, and I got some of this. Howes Meaner Power Cleaner, Fuel Stabilizer Cleaner and Lubricator. So the reason why I got this is because I'm gonna just use the fuel that's left over in the tank and mix some good fuel in with it. And because with the price of fuel right now, you know what? If I have to change my fuel filter, it's either that or throw it away. So I might as well use it, right? Right? Yeah. It's got a fuel filter to protect the injectors. But I also bought this stuff. That was dumb, but it didn't break. So there we go. Yep. Didn't break. Also bought some methyl hydrate because this time of year, you want to put methyl hydrate in. And some more Howes diesel anti-gel. Prevents deposits, removes water. I don't know if it actually does. I know methyl hydrate does, so I'm gonna put some methyl hydrate in the tank. I might drain a little bit out of it in case there's some big chunks in the bottom, algae or whatnot, if I can. But if it's too difficult, I'll just change the fuel filter. And I got some cheap Princess Auto, otherwise known as the Canadian Harbor Freight, hose, because I got a transfer pump. So I'm going to transfer fuel from Mr. Stubbs over to Kenny's other tank. I've got it turned off, but I got a filter. So I'm going to filter it, transfer the fuel over, and it's going to provide weight. Don't plan on necessarily burning it right now, but maybe move a little bit over so you got 50% good fuel, or maybe 25-75. You know, you got 25% old skanky fuel with 75% good fuel. So that's my plan. Burn it up, make use of it. Because fuel ain't cheap. But, and I got to get started on this. But I got to rearrange things because, you know, and I mean, I feel like a broken record, but being that Kenny's running and he's driving, I want to put him over there, move Stubby in the middle, and, you know, one project at a time. So I still got to put the transmission in that. So I can do it. I know I can do it, but I got to tidy Kenny up a little bit more first. So and then when I get, you know, when I need a break from working on a Kenworth, I'll switch over to that one. Or I'll switch over to slow and slow. Almost forgot which truck I had. Because he's got to get his windshield back in. So, and the interior. You know. For spring. I don't know that I really want to drive him this winter because then his wheels will get all yucky, but I guess I could. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get to work. Which way? I don't know where I'm going. Look at that. That'll filter all the crud out, I think. Filter, blah, blah, blah. This tank filter is designed for use with gasoline, diesel, or 20% biodiesel. It is not recommended for use with 100% blah, 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 chemicals, blah, blah, blah. Don't use, blah, blah, blah. So, I wonder if I could put it like this. I mean, I know it should be probably vertical, but this is a transfer pump I got. Little diesel transfer pump. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just have it so there's a hose going in and a hose coming out. So like this could dip in the tank so it sucks it through. Or should it be like that? You know, because I could probably put that like that. No, it's not going to work. What do you think? Do you think it'd be wrong to have a filter on the side? Probably would be, wouldn't it? Huh. Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe not. I think that undoes it. Which way? Yeah, which? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. There we go. Okay. Or I could put this on a hose, but if it's on a hose, you might ding it. You might ding it, he says. Don't ding it. And this is the outlet. So the outlet, let me get some thread tape. I don't know how old this thread tape is, but you know what? You got to use it. Smoke them if you got them, so to speak. So, I got, you know what I didn't get? I didn't get hose clamps. Oh. I might have some hose clamps, so will this fit? Oh yeah, like butter. Do I have a hose clamp? I know I bought some hose clamps once, and I got some. Are they big enough? Is it big enough? Ooh, that one is. Let's just grab a bunch here. Oh yeah, look at that. Ho ho! How many do I need? I need a couple. I like that one. Oh, there's another one. And another one. And another one. How many we got? Is that one? That one's too small. And here's a big one. I like that one. Is that one gonna work? Yeah, it'll work. It's on a 9208 TP. 9208 TRP. Yeah. If it fits, it chips. I'm just gonna grab a bunch. When in doubt, just grab a bunch. Okay, so this is gonna go like there. And I mean, I'm just using plastic line because this is just a transfer thing. So I figure it's kind of like siphoning, you know? It says you need to have a pro grade. Although I did opt for the stuff with the nylon in it. So it's probably gonna be a proper bugger because it's gonna be all bendy and flexy and, you know, kind of like it is right now. Okay, so that's my outlet. It's my outlet. Oh! I don't know if you got that. My outlet for, you know, releasing stress. Maybe that's what a Kenworth is for. Or a Peterbilt Cabover. Let's just go with Cabover. And we'll screw this just like that. Oh, that's such a great idea. I'm telling you, sometimes I amaze myself. Is it 1 inch? No. Is it 1.25 inches? Maybe. No. It's 1.16 inches. Okay. Mike's fuel transfer pump station. I think I just bent that. Probably doesn't have to be too tight. Just, you don't want it to leak. I don't think I have. Dang it. Wait a minute. 1, 2. Oh yeah, I would have enough. I was just thinking, maybe I should just put this in line so it like hangs. What do you think? Or should I mean, maybe it can go on an angle. I mean, it'd be kind of nice if it was on an angle. So, I got, you know what I didn't get? I didn't get hose clamps. Oh. I might have some hose clamps, so will this fit? Oh yeah, like butter. Do I have a hose clamp? Okay, so this is gonna go like there. And I mean, I'm just using plastic line because this is just a transfer thing. So I figure it's kind of like siphoning, you know? It says you need to have a pro grade. Although I did opt for the stuff with the nylon in it. So it's probably going to be a proper bugger because it's going to be all bendy and flexy and, you know, kind of like it is right now. Okay, so that's my outlet. It's my outlet. Oh! I don't know if you got that. My outlet for, you know, releasing stress. Maybe that's what a Kenworth is for. Or a Peterbilt Cabover. Let's just go with Cabover. Oh, that's such a great idea. I'm telling you, sometimes I amaze myself. It's 1.16 inches. Okay. Mike's fuel transfer pump station. I think I just bent that. Probably doesn't have to be too tight. Just, you don't want it to leak. Dang it. Wait a minute. 1, 2. Oh yeah, I would have enough. I was just thinking, maybe I should just put this in line so it like hangs. What do you think? Or should I mean, maybe it can go on an angle. I mean, it'd be kind of nice if it was on an angle. Because if it was just like there. Don't know too many filters that are like that. Because it'll probably get an air bubble. Does it matter if it adds an air bubble? I don't know. Or you put it on a block. Could always do that, I guess. Decisions. Good thing I read that. In, out. In, out. Mind you, that's kind of handy like that. Mind you, that's, well, okay. Let's put it like that. I'm going to try it. Because to me, I think it makes sense if the filter's close to the pump. That's what I'm talking about. Let's try that. Send it! There. Put a hose on. Apparently this is going to be the inlet. Put a little spit on it. Makes it slide in easier. I should get a wrench for that. That screwdriver does not work very good for that. I know what you're thinking, Mike. It's genius. Actually, I don't know that that's what you're thinking, but you know, a guy gets to thinking, what if this isn't long enough? Because if it's not, then I have to add another hose. I've got some garden hose, but garden hose isn't really, you know, it's not right. It's not right. Nothing says that this is perfect either. Lord knows it's not perfect. Okay. 1/4-inch drive wrench thingy, so I don't over torque. I should have got a longer hose because I'm gonna have to get closer. Dang it. Well, let's try it. It's not an exact science. I mean, who can be perfect, right? Lord knows I'm not perfect. A little spit on it. There we go. There. Is it gonna work? Well, if it gets close enough. So I need to snip these off. Are they snippable? Those are funny looking zip ties. They're like undoable. Well, I'll be dipped. Copyright Vice Grip Garage 2021. I never heard that phrase before. Heard it now though. It goes to, they sure don't give you very, I guess that's 12 volts. I probably should have looked at that. Of course it'd be 12 volts. Why wouldn't it be 12 volts, Mike? Good thing I got a battery here somewhere. Well, if you see what I got going on here, I'm not, tooting my own horn, but I'm a bit of a genius. I know. You're shocked too? I found a galvanized tee, so I was able to make an extension cord. And when I say extension cord, I mean an extension to my fuel pumping device. And it's got a garden hose end, so if I, say wanted to take a sample, I could, yeah. Anyways, run what you brung, that's what I say. So, I got a battery. So let's just see what happens. Make sure it's turned off. What's the worst that could happen? Pump fuel all over the floor. Let's give her a shot. Let's turn her on. Ooh, got a nice little hum. Maybe I should have primed it. Said I didn't need to prime it. Maybe I should have primed it. That's gonna make a mess. Yeah, how hard could it be? Famous last words. Maybe I just fill up that filter. That I could do. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fill up this filter housing. One step forward, 2 steps back. I don't know who Jerry is, but he's wise. That Jerry's a wise feller. Well. Look at that. Oh, I better account for the filter. Dang it. All right. I got my, I really need to get tidied up. All right, I'm gonna move stuff today. This is gonna work. Or it won't. No, it's gonna work. Okay. Ooh. Oh, she's sucking fuel. Or pump fuel. It's not sucking fuel yet. I know in the advertisement it worked. Self-priming. Self-priming my cahooties. Don't ask me what a cahootie is, but I thought this was going to be easier. It's supposed to be a transfer pump. It's supposed to prime itself. Smells like diesel. Oh. Yep. And there we go. Spill fuel all over the floor. Good job. Yep. Good job. It's supposed to be cleaner. This is when I wonder, why do I bother? Make a mess. And the stupid thing is, I could just leave the fuel in there and slowly burn it off out of that one. Could. It's gonna work now though, right? Come on, suck you sucker. Okay, there's suction. Maybe this. Should have went with the other hose, Mike. Should have went with the other hose. That is the problem. Okay, I'm gonna tape a stick to it. Maybe that'll do it. Make it more rigid. See, I think my hose is just curling up. So, I'm gonna make a hose stiffener with electrical tape. Because electrical tape has 1,000,001 uses. Oh, I know where there actually is a hose stanchion. Or do I? I had one once. I think I do. I think I do actually. Just had another great idea, but we're already here, so we'll finish this. I think I have a pickup tube. How I have a pickup tube, I have no idea. But I acquired it once in a day. Now, if I stick this down and stick it to the bottom of the tank. So now, if I hit the button, look, it's sucking fuel. And now it's pumping fuel. It looks like fuel. Look at that. Is it leaking? It's not leaking there. It's leaking here. Smells like turpentine. Black gold. Okay, well, it's not actually black, but you know what we are going to put in it? We're going to put some hose and some ethyl hydrate. I knew it would work all along. No, it didn't really. House. I need the house. A little bit of methyl hydrate, a little bit of house. Methyl hydrate absorbs water. And then you can burn it, I think. So that's why you want to put just a little bit in. Wintertime trick. This says it treats up to 1,200 liters. Not sure how many liters are in this tank. Maybe 300. So we'll put a quarter. A wise man once said, don't mix your fuel additives. So if you're using Howes, use Howes. If you're using the other stuff, use the other stuff. That'll be good. Doo-doo-doo. I wonder how long this is going to take. It's like I got a bit of an exhaust leak. I think I have to pee now. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a genius, but look at this. I got the pump wedged in there. This is on an angle. It's still working. We've got the hose pump suckulator. Suckulating. Yep, look at that. Yep. And we come over here. Yeah. How's this stuff look? Not great. Not bad. It's fuel though, so we're gonna use it. And we're gonna use it for weight. Because Kenny lists to the left, so it's gonna be weight. Keep them weighted up. And you know, wintertime, good idea to have it weighted up. And if I did happen to run out of fuel on the main tank, just flip the valve, crossover line underneath, it's got fuel. Yep. Call it a portable fuel storage system. That's what it is. Portable fuel storage system. I like that. Okay, now fuel from the tidy tank means I need to get in the Super Duty and turn the key on. Smells nice in here. See if that works. Yeah. There we go. It's like my very own fuel station. It's a little skinny in here though. Not gonna lie. There. Just like that. Do-do-do-do-do. You can tell it's near empty. I'm guessing my whole tidy tank will probably fill this. But you know what? Might as well. No sense of being in there. I tell ya, some days things just don't go as planned. So, pumping out of the tidy tank, filling up the other tank of Kenny. Figure it's gonna be good. Fill them right up, pack the fuel in there, it's extra weight. Pumping away and I'm like, kind of hears like there's fuel splattering somewhere. Yep. Remember when I was telling you about using a little JB Weld to fix a hole in a tank? Apparently Kenny has a hole in the tank about 3/4 of the way up. Looks like a wire braided line rubbing on the aluminum tank or a hole. The only good thing is now I know it's there, so I can I can fix it. Bad news is just spilt fuel all over the floor. I got the remnants of a spill kit that, let's just say I used all the spill pads out of it except for one. So yeah, I'm gonna reorganize the shop and get some space because right now this is not working for me. I've got to kick a truck outside to do this properly, then that's what we're gonna do. But nobody said it'd be easy, I guess, eh? Anyways, clean up my mess, my poor floor. Well, I guess it's just a floor, right? Just a concrete floor. Now I got diesel footprints everywhere. Good thing is I got that damn thing going. Hope it absorbs fuel. And I got a bucket. I was able to get a bucket. Of course, you know, it's like anything in a panic trying to find a bucket or something. Anyways. Get an old truck, he said. It'll be fun, he said. We'll restore it. Oh, let's get another one. It's fine. It's just a setback. And hey, now I learned. There's a hole in the fuel tank 3/4 of the way up. Now I know. Not a big deal. Okay, let's get this sucker outside and move him over there, put that over there, and do our thing. Air hose here. Air them up. So when I start them up, I can back them out and I don't gas out the shop. You know the only problem with this is? I parked on the hose. Looks like we're gonna be smoking out the shop. Dang it. Okay, it's on my system. It is what it is. Let's just call it air recirculation. We'll open the door. It'll help burn wood and it's fine. It's fine, Mike. Woo! Okay, let's do this. The wood boiler is not gonna like this. I gotta be quick. Quick, quick. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Woo! Yeah, I've been in here a while. That's still yucky. I really need to clean this on. Fire the hole! Well, I don't know if you guys could hear it coming in, but the transmission goes gurgly, gurgly, gurgly. Actually, it's more like, I don't know, it just sounds like there's something floating in there. But yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, Stubby, he might be a diamond in the rough. And you know, I hooked the batteries up and I'm starting to wonder, what if 2 of the batteries are hooked up backwards? And that's why like a bunch of lights and stuff doesn't work, and maybe why the throttle's not working. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in a minute. But you know, I took a picture of it when I picked it up, put it back exactly the same, but there's some wires that just don't make sense to me. You know, the way they're hooked up. But anyways, now this is good because I can park Kenny in here. I can tip the cab forward, I think I got room for that, so that I can put his new alternator charger on and hopefully be able to charge him up with air so that when I do start him, it's open the door, hit the key, back out. Because my gosh, it gets a little stinky in here. I don't really want my cars and the motorhome stinking like diesel smoke all the time, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'll finish shuffling some stuff around. And I'll show you guys those battery posts here in just a sec. That looks a little bit better. We got Low and Slow, we got Mr. Stubbs, and we've got Kenny. And now that Kenny's licensed so that I can drive him on the street, I think it's best to have him on this side. This leaking fuel tank thing is a real, for lack of a better term, it's a piss off. But you know what? Better to find it now than later. So yeah, and I got lots of that JB Weld to fix it. So just don't want to make too much of a mess of my floor, but it is what it is. I don't have the fancy epoxy floor yet. I'm gonna have to live somewhere with paved roads and less dirt to have the fancy epoxy. Unless somebody wanted to donate, you know, a fancy epoxy floor, I could sponsor that. I could totally get into that. Although it'd be slipperier in the sun, especially when you spill diesel fuel on the floor. Because you know what I discovered? A puddle of diesel fuel is really, really slippery on a concrete floor. Yes, that's what I learned. So anyways, Kenny, I got an alternator. I just got to put it in. And let me tell you, trying to find time these days, it's tough. It's tough, I tell you. I mean, you guys know. So, and this, I don't remember if I showed you or not. This is the damaged overhead piece that I got for Low and Slow. Is it savable? Maybe, maybe not. So I'm going to dissect it. Take some pictures. You can see it's cracked here, cracked there, broken here. It's yeah, it's bad. Let's just say it. It's bad. But you know what? I got it, and at least it's the right piece, and I got the wiring harness, so that's a good thing. Because at least if I have the wiring harness, I can make the radio work and stuff like that. You know, and stuff like that, and then fast them trucks can roll. I don't know, it just came to me. I know. It's this natural talent I have to make up absolutely useless songs that aren't even really songs. They kind of sound like a song, but they're really not a song. Drives my family nuts, let me tell you. Fuel transfer pump worked awesome. Really did. Because you know what I found in Stubbs? There's a pipe in there. Oh yes, I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's a pickup tube, or someone was trying to siphon it. Well, it looks like a 2-inch PVC pipe. So I think to do this guy right, I'm gonna have to drain the fuel out and give him a little bit of a hose down in there, because there's some varnishing on the walls. Now varnishing, you know what, I probably put new fuel in, or probably wear in or wear out, or whatever you want to call it, but it's ugly. Do I have a flashlight here? No, I don't. But it's ugly. Actually, I have a light on the GoPro. Let's see if this works. It doesn't? You know, it's just one of those days. Okay, we got a light. I don't know if you can, yeah, I don't, yeah. Can you see in there? Ooh. Nope, can't see in there. Well, that was a waste. And I dropped my cap. Yeah. Like I say, one of those days. So we're just gonna leave that there. And you know what? I'm gonna disconnect the batteries on Mr. Stubbs and show you guys what I'm talking about. Because I'm starting to think that it was hooked up wrong. I could be wrong. And the one thing that I wanna do before, and there's a couple things I wanna do. Something that I'm doing right now, I'm wearing knee pads. Now these are some cheap knee pads that I bought as a joke. I gave them to the wife for Christmas one time. She didn't think it was nearly as funny as I did. Imagine that. But anyways, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, the batteries. I'm gonna trace them and check, because I followed exactly how they came off. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh, ow! Oh! And another reason why I'm wearing the knee pads, this knee here, from working on Stubby before, like this steel deck right there, I like pinched a nerve, did something to a nerve, so the side of my knee is numb, and if I hit that spot, it hurts like a son of a goo-goo. And I say goo-goo because, you know, don't want to swear on, it's a family channel. But yeah, I don't know what I did. All I know is now I kneel down and it hurts like a son of a gun on my right knee. And it's, you know what? I don't think the side of your knee is supposed to be numb. Must be, I don't know, pinched nerve or something. So let's crawl in here. So we've got batteries. Now they're all marked. This one's right now, we've got positives in the center and grounds on the outside. But now this makes sense. Ground, it's yellow, you know, ground for ground. This one's got a red tie strap, or did, and that's obviously a red cable that's been faded over years of fading. So that's right, positive. Now this is where it looks suspicious. Now this cable's red, has a red tie strap, and now, okay, so now this blue goes there, this red goes there, but this one's blue, which, why is it blue? Is this ground and this positive? I mean, that being red, I would think that would be positive. But then if that was there, so that confuses me. And the other thing is these two white wires look like ground wires to me, because they're not cased. Well, actually, I guess they kind of are. But so these two white wires, they're white, right? They don't have any identifying markings. This one says 239, and it's got this really nice protective case that's, you know, taped on, and this is going to a ground. That seems wrong to me. That seems really wrong, actually. So what if it's supposed to be negative, positive, and somebody turned it around and didn't realize it? That's what I think. I think it's freaking backwards. I do. But I don't want to just hook up the lines in case this is the right way and somebody had it hooked up wrong for all those. Maybe that's why this thing was parked, or partially. Maybe somebody put the batteries in wrong and got it all effed up. So I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to disconnect the batteries to park this bad boy here. And then I'm going to trace to see where they go, because I think it's wrong. I really do. I mean, two grounds looking wires, to me, those should go to a ground because they're white. This one is black, it's thicker, looks like a power wire. I think that should go to power. And that big cable with a red strap makes me think power, because this cable's power and it's going through that tube, which I wonder how much damage I would do, because wouldn't it make sense to have both grounds going through one and both positives? That, you know, I don't know. I better trace these wires. So anyways, I'm going to disconnect these batteries, but I just wanted to show you guys and see what you think, because I'm going to have to do some more research, because what if all my problems are the batteries are hooked up backwards? That would be about typical for how things go. There. There. Disconnect thee. You should just make sure those are not going to be able to touch. See, that one's got her. Well, yeah, because that one. Unless this is power and power, and that's ground and ground. That would make sense. That would make sense. Power's on the same, so maybe it is hooked up right. Maybe these are just hooked up wrong. I don't know. Gotta figure out what this goes to. Maybe I can research what a, oh, it doesn't say. 239. The 239 is very visible though. 239. Wouldn't that be something if this was just hooked up backwards? But then I don't know. Maybe it's right. I don't know. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's it. Take all these off to protect mon batterie. I should get some new battery cables, you know that? Maybe I will. How many do I need? 4. 4 of those, a couple of these. Yep. All right, let's back out and try not to make myself cry. Oh, hey, look at that. There's a bolt. Kind of looks like a U-joint bolt. All this, I was gonna say lettuce. It's not lettuce. It's leaves. I got an air leak. Shocker, I know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that leveling valve. Or those shock thingies. One step forward, 2 steps back. That's my motto. That's my motto. Well, guys, here's my new alternator. It's a TRP alternator. I know some of you guys think the TRP isn't as good, and maybe it's not, but you know what? It was cheaper than a Feliz Navidad or Feliz Navidad. So anyways, we're putting on a TRP. It's good enough for me today. Yep, sure diddly do see. And there's my switches, my new switches, because it is the switches that are fruitcake. So, and I don't know where my headlamp is, although I bet it's in low and slow. I betcha. I should go look. In a minute. We're busy. We're busy, Mike says. I should turn the wheels. That would be smart. Look at that. Looks very much the same. Just have to undo that, get a little crankarooski, little tight and whiten. How hard could it be? And we look at the engine. It looks very engine-y. Don't see a bunch of oil leaks, which is good. There's some oil at the back, but I also made a mess back there, so you know, so that's not a huge surprise. Oh, and I'm dripping. There we go. Because this cab cylinder is leaking, and look at how rusty those are. That's not good. That's good enough for now. Maybe we'll put some rust stop on there. That might be a good idea. But anyways, I'm gonna dig into there and see if I can take this sucker off. See if I can get her out. Oh, I know I can. I've done it before. It's just been a while. How's it look on this side? You know what? Looks pretty good. My lubricant stuff there. It's still like, yeah, that's brass bushings aren't working. And I don't know what this airline's for, so it's just there for now. But there's a, looks like there could be just a smidger of an oil leak there. Or it could be leftovers coming down, you know, from when I made a mess. Looks good though. Looks good. I have to clean that up. I'll have to do some investigating. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna give this a whirl and then I'm gonna go in. You know, it's been a day without a lot of winds. I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna turn this light off because it's really bright. You know, not a lot of winds today, but it could always be worse, so. In a nice warm shop. It's minus 17 this morning, minus 17 Celsius, so that's probably like, I don't know what it would be like, plus 3, 4, something like that, Fahrenheit? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I better get to work. I just babble away. I tell ya, what did I say about today? It's one of those days. So, jack the cab up, go to do the alternator, taking the The connection's off the back. Bolt's really tight holding it on. So yeah, taking the positive, I'm like, well, maybe I should just try cleaning up the terminals first. And as I'm taking it off, I hit my wrench against the frame. It doesn't spark. And I was like, guys should be careful because there's power there. And then I'm like, let's just trace this. And well, first take the wrench, touch it. It's not sparking. Should spark because it's going to the positive terminal of the battery, right? Maybe. Follow the cable, follow it around. It's hooked up to a ground. So I'm gonna try starting Kenny briefly because I don't want to gas myself out totally. And I think the alternator might be just fine. I may have just had it hooked up to the ground the whole time. So let's fire it up and see if he charges. Got the key on, turn the fan off. You guys get a front row seat. Maybe I'll turn the light on here for you. Oh, no, that's too bright. Oh yeah, that's way too bright. Okay, maybe I'll turn the light off. So let's fire him up, see what he does. Still not charging. Well, maybe it is pooched. I thought for sure that was gonna be it because it wasn't hooked up. First, maybe the ground wire's dirty. I'll try cleaning up the ground wire first because might as well exhaust all avenues before I put that new one on. Interesting. Well, the good news is it was hooked up wrong and it still doesn't work. If that's good news. Oh, it's got to be good news. Well, guys, I got to thinking about it and I'm going to wait till I can back the truck out, run it up for a while so that the alternator can get good and energized, because I know they need to get energized but in order to start charging, but I don't know if it's like an RPM thing or I don't know if I should take it to work again. I mean, I know that there's enough battery power to get home, but dang, it was dark. You know, driving in the, well, mind you, those headlights are terrible. I should see if I can slap some LEDs in, but yeah. So anyways, cab's up. Not changing the alternator just yet because I was positive it was charging. I'm going to revisit my pictures because I must have had them. It couldn't have been like, yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's been hooked up wrong. So, and you know what? I'm thinking stubs is probably the same thing, but I got to do some more research and follow those wires because, you know, these old trucks, you don't know who's worked on them before. If somebody just tried getting them going and threw the batteries in and hooked them up where they thought they should be and then left it, because that could have been too. So, you know, going by where the cables were when I got it doesn't mean that that was the right way. And I'm really hoping that that's his issue, that one bank is right and the other bank is wrong. So maybe the bank that's right is the what's the word I'm looking for? The ECM. Because gosh, that would sure suck to screw up an ECM, let me tell you. But anyways, that's it for me today. I'm you know, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. It's been one of those days where just nothing went swimmingly, you know, thought, oh, I'll just quickly transfer some fuel over and then figured I'd be able to get started and put that little deck on here to cover the rear tires and make this thing kind of useless, make it kind of useful while we're bombing around with them. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching Spin a Slice. I appreciate all of you for coming quite a bit. And yeah, thanks for taking time out of your day to follow Mike's Garage, Peterbilt Mike, and his quest to have some really cool cabovers. We're getting there. Slowly. Very slowly. But we're getting there. Thanks, guys. Take care.